everybody. How y'all doing? I'm waiting till more people come on. Trying to see if I can adjust this camera a little bit easier so we can see everything. Hope everybody's doing good. I thought we would make a dessert together because I thought that we all could use some a little bit of technique here. Y'all come on board with me. So we're gonna make an ice cream sandwich cake. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, this is very simple, and I'm gonna take I don't know what size pan, just a regular pan that you would just a sheet pan that you would bring, and I want to bring this back a little bit. This is very easy. You'll need 12 to 24. Depends on how big you want your dessert. I'm going to take this, and this will last up to a week, they say, in the freezer. And I'm going to open my ice cream sandwiches, and I'm going to, y'all tag your friends, share it with your friends, and get them on board, and let's make an ice cream cake together and see if you can learn something. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to put the ice creams down in the pan, and I'm going to cover the whole bottom. A lot of your prep work will be you undoing all your stuff that you've got to use. You take this will be something easy for Christmas, okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm telling you, easy for Christmas. So I'm opening my ice cream sandwiches, and I'm just layering them in the bottom of my pan. I wish I could bring it up, and I should have thought about it. I probably could have brought the camera up, and you'll need I'm hoping I'm not going to run out. You'll need a tub of Cool Whip, or you can use the spray. I've saw those. You'll also need chocolate syrup. You can pick what kinds you want. You can have chocolate, and you will need caramel syrup. This is hot fudge. And this one is just caramel topping, and you will need it to go in the middle. So I'm just talking to you while I'm undoing my ice cream sandwiches, and I'm just layering them in the bottom of my pan. I got 4. It's probably going to take 8 on the bottom, 8 per layer that you'll need. Just get them out, and hey, like I said, like and share. Send it on. And this is just an easy recipe. I don't have a recipe. You might be saying, I don't have a recipe to take to so-and-so's house for Christmas. Well, get out. This is very simple. Whenever I saw this at school, and I cannot take the credit for this, a lady at school had this past week, and I was just about floored. You can use different candy bars. I'm going to use Butterfingers, and I'm also seeing that I've got extra room down at the bottom, so I'm going to fill that all in. But when I heard that, she gave me this, and I'm just like, oh no, we got to try this. So you can make this ahead of time. I got today, I'm by myself, so I'm just sitting here making this ice cream cake with y'all, and all I'm doing is unwrapping them. You can use the less sugar. You do not have to put all the sugar that's in there. And I'm fixing to show you what else. All right, so you take it, and I will bring the camera closer in as I get more to it. Oh, it didn't want to come out. I hate it when something does that. There it goes. And I'm going to split this one up. Since it just did not come out of the paper easier, I'm just going to take it. And look, you can try also the strawberry, the Neapolitan kind, and put them in the bottom and try them out. And I got another box of these, so I'm figuring I'm going to need all of them. So I've got 8 so far. I got 9 so far that I've used. I've also, in my food processor, I have crushed up Butterfingers. I want that. I'm going to put that in the middle of it. I'm going to put that as a garnish at the end. Hey, it depends on how many candy bars you want to use. How peanut buttery do you want it? Now, let me say this. You don't have to do peanut butter, just peanut butter. You can also do just, I would think you could do pecans and fudge. Ooh, wouldn't that be great to do a turtle, like a turtle ice cream cake? That would be great. And that would be just something unique, something. And I am splitting this one in two, and I'm putting it in the little cracks on the side just to give it. I could have took a knife and did that, but they would have looked a lot better, but that's okay. This is the first time I've done this, and I'm just going to put it in the freezer, and when it's time for our get-together, Monday, is it Monday? Christmas Eve? I can just pull it out, let it thaw some, and it is ready to go. Oh, that worked out so good. And since I got that little extra piece left, I'm just going to shift these over, and I'm going to stick them down in there. And I'm going to show you, I don't know if that's going to work or not. I think I'm just going to put him down in here just to fill in these little places, because we got a lot of stuff that we're going to put, and I still got another so let me show you what I've done. So far it looks like this. Okay, you got it? It looks like that. Now I take my Cool Whip. This is light Cool Whip. Stir it up some, get it good and fluffy. And then I put a big dollop in the middle. And I spread it out good and thick. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I get all in the corners. You cannot mess this up, okay? I just don't see a way that you can mess this up. I just see it being too easy to do, to just say, well, I'm going to mess this up. No, you're not. And if I were you, I would probably put, if I was doing, well, I am doing it for Christmas, so I'm going to do a lot of stuff in the middle, and maybe I'll decorate it with sprinkles at the end. I don't know. I'm just debating on how I'm going to do this, because this was a new experiment, and I'm thanking Miss Nikki Mack for this recipe. She had it at our Christmas gathering at school for 5th grade, and I was just, yep, we're going to try this one. You know, some recipes you want to try, and you go, well, I don't know about that one. Well, yep, we're going to try it and give it a shot. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. It's not perfect, and I don't expect it to be. But I'm putting all the ingredients, I'm getting it good and smoothed out the best I can, because I'm fixing to put another layer, so it's not going to have to be perfect. See, now I've got this on top. I've got the Cool Whip. Now I'm going to open my caramel sauce, and I am going to, I am drizzling that stuff, baby. And it smells so good. And then I'm going to open my fudge, and I'm hoping that will, I might need, hang on, let me get a spoon. So this is just fudge that I am drizzling all through it. I've got caramel on it, and then I've got fudge that I'm doing. You can do this in the summertime, but I saw this. Oh my goodness, I am just like, yes, alrighty then. And I'm just kind of spreading it around with kind of melding it in. Now, you know what I'm going to do in the middle of this? Since I am doing it peanut, the Butterfinger, I'm going to take my Butterfinger, and I'm going to make another little layer in the middle over the top of this fudge and this caramel. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I'm putting it all on top. Then, I got one more. You say, Sherry, what are you going to do? You've run out. I got another box. So I'm going to put it, and I'm going to let you see. I'm starting my next layer. Do you see it good? Okay, I'm starting my next layer. And I'm going to my freezer. And look, these are Laura Lynn. I think I got these at Ingles. And I'm just going to keep, your biggest thing that you'll have to do is just to make sure you get your stuff unwrapped. Well, I didn't want to unwrap them too quick because then we got an issue. And there we are. We're stuck with that mess. This is great for summertime, a quick dessert, but I don't see why it can't just be. I just decided to use it for Christmas. I thought, wow, this is just a good one to use, to have. All you're doing is just using the ice cream's already got a cookie in it. And on top of that, Butterfinger. My goodness, that is so good. That is so good. And these, look, you're not looking for pretty. And if something happened, like your ice cream sandwich is melted, maybe in transport trying to get them home like these did with me, I'm sitting here going, well, I'm glad I don't have to worry about what this looks like on top, because the last thing I put on is another layer of Cool Whip. And I'm going to stick that one right there. And I'm just going to keep unwrapping them. Now look, I'm going to go over the ingredients again. You're going to have ice cream sandwiches. I would have at least 24. They got them on sale for like $2 for $6. That's a great, just have them. And you get them out and you start layering them in your pan. Just nothing on the bottom. Do not spray anything. This is just in a regular, just a sheet cake pan that you would take to a get together, or you would bake a casserole in. Then you would open these up. Just keep opening them up until you get finished. So far I've got 6. And then you're going to put your Cool Whip. You're going to put your topping. You're just going to keep layering until you're finished. The last thing to go on is all the rest of your Butterfingers. And then you can take tin foil, and I would cover it, and I would put it in your freezer, and they say it will last up to a week. I mean, you can keep it in there froze, and then when you bring it out, it's ready. Just let it thaw, and it's good to go. And you've got your dessert, and it is ready. You don't have to wait till the day of it. And this looks like it's going to be pretty full, because the one I was watching on YouTube, somebody was doing this on YouTube, it was full. I mean, it was slap full. And then when you get through, you'll just have to finish what you're doing, and you're good to go. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be pretty high, because by the time I got to put some more sauce on it. We'll just see. And if this don't work, that the sauce doesn't work, and I see that it's going to be too runny, you know what I could do on the day of it? I open my sauces, I heat them up, and I could let people pour their own. Sounds like a plan to me. At least you know you got this dessert ready. And I didn't want to wait till the last minute to get this done. Let me show you. So now it looks like this, and it's on top. And what we did at the party, we just took out little bitty chunks. Oh, it's so rich. Then you get your Cool Whip, stir it up. And if you don't want to use Cool Whip, you can make your own. You can start with cream, and put it in your mixer, blend it up. I'm sorry, I got my TV going. I should have my Christmas music going, but I don't even have I got my TV going. And then you spread it out. Let it go end to end. And you just make sure it's good and covered. And just make sure it's good and covered all the way over it, all the way over to the end. I'm going to show you. I'll bring my camera in as I'm finishing, okay? So you can see what I'm doing. Oops. So you said, what are you making? I am making a ice cream cake using ice cream sandwiches. Have you ever made one? Well, I just heard of this fabulous recipe this week at school, and I thought, easy peasy, I can do that. And I had another lady at work that works with me. She said, I'm making that ice cream thing this week. I said, I am too. And look, this will last up to a week. I mean, you keep it in your freezer. I wouldn't, if you're going to keep it for an extended period of time, you know what I would do? I would take it and I would cover it, double cover it, until, so you don't get frostbite and it's not any good. But, okay, so then I take my caramel syrup. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Dot. Okay, and I drizzle it. Do you see? Let me show you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my decadent. And I'm not going to get so close to the edge that it just has an issue. Let me show you. My. Look, you can use pecans, peanuts. Peanuts would be good. You could do almonds. You could do English walnuts. That would be great. Then I take, now it said for me to warm this up. I wish I had got the sauce that wasn't the fudge, but that's okay. And I'm just going to drizzle it this will work just fine. Because everybody is not going to eat the whole thing. So it's not going to be that big a deal. And come around the edges just to give a little bit of chocolate taste. Whenever they they bite into it, you want to try to get a little bite of chocolate in there, And just keep doing it. And our last layer is what? What do you think it is? What do you think our last layer? It is Butterfinger candy bars. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And look, I saw one lady do this. She said, I'm just going to pour the rest of it on there. I am not doing that. That just looks like a mess waiting to happen. And it was dripping everywhere what she was doing on YouTube. And I'm just like, no, not doing that. So look, I'm sorry if you don't want my hands, but you're not going to be eating this. That's okay. I wash my hands. So then you take your crumpled Butterfingers, and you put it all on top. And look, it was really crispy. What we had at school the other day. Look, like and share this. Post this. Send this on. Give somebody a good recipe for the holidays. And you say, well, this ain't just a hot... No, it ain't. Because I saw somebody was doing it for a pool party. They were getting ready for a pool party. But who said you could not have ice cream at Christmas time? And I just thought this was unique. We have all the regular stuff that we do. And I'm just like, oh, we need to do something a little bit different. Oh, my goodness. We just got to do a little bit different. Let me show you. This is looking so good. And look, I'm going to tell you what else I would do. I was just sitting here thinking, let me put these rest of these up. Because I don't want to lose the rest of my ice cream sandwiches. And don't get the most expensive ones. Look, don't think you got to get the most expensive stuff, ingredients. Don't. And you know what I did for my Butterfingers? Where was I at? I was at some place and I wanted to get to get them, but they only had like little boxes of them, and they were little bite size. So what I've done is I just took them and put them in the blender, and then I just chopped them all up, and it didn't matter. And now I've got this great recipe. I'm going to go back over it one more time so y'all can hear it. Okay? This is an ice cream sandwich cake. You can do this for a social or whatever. And look, you can plan this ahead of time. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh my word. And if you don't, and look, and they said you could do Snickers candy bars, you could do probably Scores, Heath bars, blend them up, put them in a blender. This will last up to a week. When you're ready, if I was going to serve this today, they said put it in the freezer for about an hour, and then it is ready to serve. Now, I did not come all the way out to the edges. I guess I could. I mean, I got all this extra left, but I wanted to do something different. I know we do our traditional stuff at Christmas time, but I just wanted a little bit of something different. Because I normally do chocolate oatmeal cookies, no-bake cookies. I mean, they're great. And I even thought about putting red and green sprinkles on this, which I could have, since I just have the stuff down already. I may just go ahead and sprinkle the rest of this on here, and it'll be a barrier between this and the freezer. Okay, so here's what I've done. I have 12. I didn't use quite 12 of the ice cream sandwiches. I used almost 24. Let me see how many I have left. Hang on. I want to tell you the honest truth about it. And I know I got a mess all over my table, and that is just not bothering me. Okay, so I used 22 ice cream sandwiches, 22. And I started with a layer of ice cream sandwiches. You can find this on YouTube on somebody else doing it, but it's the same thing. And then I took ice cream sandwiches down, and then I put a layer of Cool Whip. I use the light. You can use full. You can use whatever you want to use. Then I did caramel syrup, chocolate syrup. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Dot. Okay. All right. In a few minutes, I'm going to get this in the freezer before it starts melting. Hang on. And I'm going to cover it. And then I'll have to come back. Okay. So I'm going to start over for those who didn't hear it. Okay. You ready, Dot? You get your little pan. Now, you could use a regular Pyrex dish, but you don't have to. Just get you a pan of some sort, and you determine the size you want to use. And then, I'm sorry, I got crumbs all over my hands. Then I use 22 candy bars 22 ice cream sandwiches, but I just got 2 of the 12 packs, and they were like 2 for $6 at Ingles, whenever I bought them. But I've had these for a few weeks. And I put them in the bottom to make a layer. You got it? Put them in the bottom to make a layer. Then I put Cool Whip. You can use light, full, whatever you want to use. You can make your own. That is fine. All right. Then I have Hershey's caramel topping. You see it? And I also have, now this is what I'm using, but if they have a topping like this that's not a fudge, get that. That's more porry. This was a little bit thicker. If I'd had my to do over again, I probably would have done this, just the topping, not the fudge, but I wasn't sure. And I seen somebody use like the hard shell that you put down and it would be a crunch. All right, so after I did that, then I put a layer, just a light layer of Butterfinger candy bars, which I have took, and this just Butterfinger bites, and I just took and ground them up in the food processor and put them over to the side. And then I start with another layer of ice cream sandwiches. They go down just like I did the first time. Layer the bottom, do the second layer, almost like a lasagna, okay? Then I go Cool Whip, then I go more Hershey's topping, and then I do the Cool Whip is the next to the last thing. I do the after the ice cream sandwiches come the Cool Whip, then the sauce that I put on, your topping that you drizzle on, and then my last thing is the rest of my Butterfinger. And I could, if I wanted to, which I might, just drizzle a little bit of caramel sauce, and I might just wait and do that the day of it. I'll keep these in my freezer, and I could do it the day of it and just drizzle it on it if I want to. Then I'm going to put it I'm going to cover it with tin foil. Well, I'm going to put plastic wrap on it first. And then I'm going to cover it with tin foil, and I'm going to stick it in the freezer, and I am good to go until it is time to be served. If you're going to serve it that day, make sure you give it at least an hour to freeze, and then come back and cut it, and you're good to go. So I hope you will like and share this easy recipe because it is so simple. Thank you, Nikki Mack, Miss Mack, for sharing this with us at school. This is my first day out, so I just decided to come on and do a recipe with you. Now, if you liked it, hey, give me a thumbs up, like and share it. Whether you do or not, it was still just fun getting on and putting this together and letting you see it because I didn't have anybody to show me. I got online and was looking at different things, and then I thought, well, isn't this neat? I'll just come on and share it with y'all. So, I hope you get in the kitchen. Hey, make something fun with your family. This would be great for your grandkids or whatever to get in here and help you make these. Of course, they're going to want to eat those ice cream sandwiches, but give them one of their own so they've got something else to occupy their time instead of eating what you need here. All right, so I'm going to let y'all go. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to take my camera off. Hang on. Oh, I'm having to slide you out of my mount. Okay, here we go. That's what your end product is. And look, you do not just have to use Butterfinger. You can use all kinds of candy bars, especially but ones that's got toffee in it would be excellent. So I'd give it a try and be creative. Don't just stick with what I showed you. Do something different. All right? So like and share. We'll see y'all later. Merry Christmas. Bye. Oh, it's having a fit. Bye.